And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki.
Well, Boog, expect to see the ball in play with this guy on the mound. He's not exactly a big strikeout guy, so that means the defense will need to stay sharp. He's looking for soft contact, so communication is going to be key in this one.
Ready to go now? Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. The 1-0. Late swing, foul to the left. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Just missed.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Not close with that one. Full count now. Popped up. Betts under it. And there's one down.
Batting second.
Here's the Guardians lineup now. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike one.
Ball one. Ball two.
Foul ball there. Two now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Hernandez has a beat on it, and there's 2 away.
Batting third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. There's the strike at the knees.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And it falls. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Kyle Manzardo.
In there for strike one. And it shifted the leadoff spot I mean, even the guys that are succeeding, you're going to see the strikeout at the top of the order now as opposed to 10, 15 years ago. Quick toss to first. Ramirez back on a dive. Ramirez off of first with 2 away. Late on that fastball.
Well, he looks to have some quality stuff on the hill today. Start this outing out. Pepper in the zone. Arm is loose and firing him in there.
Just missed.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Here's a 1-2. This one popped up. Betts settles under this one. He's got it, and that is that. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here in L.A., and on the mound for Cleveland in this one, Tanner Bybee. Chris, how about a scouting report?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Miguel Rojas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Bybee making his first start of the year, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2021.
Whoa.
That one misses. Ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. In there at the knees. Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one.
Right fielder.
Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Swinging a foul straight back. This ball's chopped on the ground, and it goes just foul. The 0-2. That one missed. Hard ground ball, base knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Batting third, shortstop, Mookie.
And now it's Mookie Betts. Here's your 1.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Man at first, 1 away. Two 1 now. And that's in for a strike. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Base hit. Makes the turn at second. Heads for third. The relay in there.
No, he's in there.
Safe. Daniel Schneemann. He enters the game as the injury replacement, taking over in right.
Daniel Schneemann.
That smash towards center. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. Safe. And they take the lead. The batter now will be Will Smith. Good power, not great in the OBP department. And that is out of play. The 0-1. That one almost got him. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. This one in the air, center field. Kwan drifts towards it. And that is the third out of the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Guardians nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Stepping up for the Guardians, Rhys Hoskins. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
Hoskins pushes it foul. And a swing and a miss.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
That misses, and it's 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That misses, and that's ball 3. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Batting 6th, catcher Bo Naylor.
That one misses. That's 5 straight. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls. Off the plate,
that's a ball.
and it's 3-0. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Take your base.
Batting 7th, second baseman Ryan Rocchio.
Here's Brian Rocchio. Base hit right field. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Oh, and this one gets away. Throw into third, and he picks him off. Wow.
Clearly not the best base running you'll ever see. The ball got really far from the catcher, meaning you have a good chance to move up. Instead, you get thrown out trying to make it back to the bag. Can't let that happen.
Two on, one out. Sliced hard but foul.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
In the air to left center. Hernandez gets there. He's under it. Makes the grab.
Batting ninth, left fielder Angel Martinez.
Now the left fielder Angel Martinez.
Oh.
Two on, two outs.
That's
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The 2-1. And that one is inside.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
In for a strike, and now just one pitch away from surviving the inning. Sets him down looking. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the second, Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Muncy.
That's a ball.
The 1-1.
Ball two.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The 2-2 now. Out towards right center field. Quan on his way over. He's got it. And there's one away.
Batting seventh, left fielder Teoscar Hernandez.
Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike one. There's a swing and a miss.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. Got him. That's out number 2.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
2 down, bases empty. And up next for Los Angeles, Andy Pages. First pitch way inside, a fastball. 2 down, nobody on. On the ground, Arias on the run, sends it over to first. It's there, and that's a great play. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, here's the Cleveland leadoff hitter, Stephen Kwan. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
1 away.
Batting second, right fielder.
Singy, here's a look at his pitch breakdown for the game.
Well, he's known for that 4-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. And right now, he's shutting this lineup out, so we might stick with it.
Well,
First basemen are involved in just about every single play, so when you have somebody so solid over there, you can breathe a little easier.
Look out.
time.
That fastball drilled him.
Take your base.
Up next for Cleveland, third baseman.
Man at first with 1 gone. Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Well,
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
2 balls, no strikes to count. Now a quick throw to first. And he's back in there.
Frank, woo.
That one is absolutely belted, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Lead runner makes the turn at second. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double.
Kyle Manzardo.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. Second and third, 1 away. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Just missed.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Out to short. Betts zips it across. Tie ball game as they get the second out, but the run scores.
Up next for Cleveland, first baseman Rhys Hoskins.
And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
0-2 now as he swings through it.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Swings through it for the K. They limit the damage here. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. All tied 1-1. Back here in L.A. and at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland.
Alex Freeland.
Hey.
The 0-1. Right through there for a strike. That's too low. And the count is 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Out to short, Arias. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Kyle Tucker.
Here's Kyle Tucker. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Ball 1.
Two down, nobody on. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This one could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Inside, almost got him. Man at second.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Next offering is foul back. Tied up here in the early going. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, needed a big strikeout to get out of danger. Turned to the deception of that changeup. Great execution. Really sold it with the arm speed. Had his opponent way out on that front foot.
Back here at Dodger Stadium. So in now for Cleveland, Bo Naylor.
You know, these Guardians showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Way inside, gets out of the way. And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
For Cleveland, second baseman Brian Rocchio.
just
Ball,
off the inside edge.
And yeah, a lot of the blame for those walks goes to the mound, but I credit these guys for not getting anxious and fed up. They're staying disciplined, which is easier said than done sometimes.
So the call stands. Still one challenge left for them. And the 1-0. Go-ahead run at first. Nobody out. Top half of inning number 4.
No, that's a
pitch
ball.
down.
Runner takes off and fouled off. Uh-oh. Back-to-back batters hit by a pitch
First
now.
base.
Next for Cleveland.
And I think Dave
shortstop
Roberts is coming out of the dugout.
Arias.
Roki Sasaki done for the night. Just never found his groove. Wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on. Back in a moment.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound. Number 78.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Go ahead run on base. Gabriel Arias digs in for the Guardians. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Line drive, base hit. Runner around third. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single. It's 2-1.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1. No outs, runners at first and second. That one's in there. That's strike 1. That's a strike, attacked with the sweeper.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Cleveland up a run, looking for more. And that's off the inside edge. Now 2-2. Next pitch is outside. Stephen Kwan next to bat for Cleveland. Payoff pitch. Nice grab. The underhand flip. There's 1 and 2. What a play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Stephen Kwan stepping in now for a critical at bat. Line drive, base hit. Runner from third comes across, and they lead by 2. Throws to second, can't field it cleanly, and he'll pull into second safely.
Picks himself up an RBI. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And that one cutting but missing down low. Man at second. 2-0 to count. Here it comes. Pitch kicks away. And the runner holds. Jose Ramirez on deck for the Guardians. Fastball for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Sets him down on strikes. Inning over, and it could have been worse. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. And midway in the 4th, Guardians 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman.
You know, these Dodgers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Laced into left. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. That's in there. Strike 1.
I just think the lack of drawing any walks is an indication that they need to be a little more selective and less anxious about forcing something to happen.
Freeman gets his lead at first with nobody out. That's a strike. 0-2. Got him swinging.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
For the Dodgers, third baseman, Max Muncy.
One out man at first. Here's the third baseman, Max Muncy. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Check swing called strike. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Swing and a ground ball. They get the force. Quick recovery from the misplay pays off for the out.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Deal 1. And the sweeper misses for a ball. Swings through that one out in front that time. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today. So the Dodgers leave one, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. New inning getting started. Stepping up for the Guardians, Jose Ramirez. Inside, just missed.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Now he's challenging a called strike, and the strike call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. Pitch misses there.
That's a ball.
Ball 3. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Up next for Cleveland, the designated hitter, Kyle Manzardo.
Check swing called strike. 0-1.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
That's a strike. Just off the outside edge. Now 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
The 1-2. Got him looking. And one away.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Rhys Hoskins to the plate. He is struck out, and he is walked.
Nope, that's high.
Swings through that. That one's in there. Now 1-2. Upstairs. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Outside.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
So a walk puts runners at first and second. In the dirt to third, and he's out easily.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, you couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut it down. He gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
Did he go?
Tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. Did not go. Check swing, but he went too far, and it's 2-1. This one in the air, center field. Pajes settles underneath it, and that'll do it. So they're able to work around a pair of walks in the inning. Home half of the fifth coming up. Guardians 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back here in L.A., bottom of the inning, Andy Pages steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
On the ground, right side. Hoskins takes it to the bag, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Well, I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. And the 0-1. So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going.
Ball 2.
Swings through that one for strike 2. In the air out to center. Kwan heads after it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Dodgers, designated hitter, Miguel Rojas.
Miguel Rojas at the plate.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a foul out of play. Ball 1 there.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just to waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Stays alive. Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7. Dodgers go down quietly. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game.
Pitching for the
A
Dodgers,
new arm into the game, the righty, Edgardo Henriquez.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Strike 1.
And the 0-1.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
This one in the air. Muncy settles under it. And there's one away.
Up next for Cleveland, shortstop Gabriel Arias.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gabriel Arias. Hammered down the right side, but foul. This one in the air, center field. Pages settles underneath it, and there's 2 away.
Up next for Cleveland, left fielder Angel Martinez.
That missed by a lot. Ball 1. And another ball. That one missed. Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. There's a strike.
Whoa.
That one in triple digits, and he'll challenge that called strike. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. So the Guardians lineup turns over, and now the center fielder, Stephen Kwan.
Huh.
Yo, 1. Fastball for a strike.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. And that one ripped to left. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Up next for Cleveland.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Nope. Ball 1.
Two on, 2 outs. Right through there for a strike. And it is 2-1. Close, but called a ball. And the count is 3-1. Jose Ramirez next to bat for Cleveland. Up the middle, bats up with it, and he beats it. He's safe.
Up next for Cleveland, third baseman.
Pivotal at bat now for the dangerous Jose Ramirez. And that one fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Got Gone. Larry Buller brings him up to the plate for the force. Out to escape a bases-loaded jam unscathed. 3 left for the Guardians as the lead remains 3-1. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the 6th, Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And that one fouled off.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Out to center. Martinez should have this one. 1 down. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Right through there for a strike. Out front, rip foul. The Guardians leading by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Here's Freddie Freeman now. Just missed. Two down, nobody on. That one catches the corner. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
That is the inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, and they still trail it here 3-1.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Jack Dreyer.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Leading off for Cleveland, the designated hitter, Kyle Manzardo.
And
that's the ball.
1. The 1-0. Fouled off. He was late. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Got him swinging. One gone here.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
And here is Hoskins. He's 0 for 1.
Oh.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you'd love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
1-1 now. Tap foul at the plate.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
The 1-2. And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. Relay to second, and that's a double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
That's out the corner.
One out, the runner at second here in the top half of inning number 7.
Oh.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. The next offering misses. 3-1. Strike on the inside corner. Runner at second here, one gone. And he walked him.
Take it, baby.
Throws down to second, but he scrambles back to the bag.
Up next for Cleveland, second baseman Brian Rocchio.
At the plate, Brian Rocchio, a switch hitter batting right.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Hoskins at second. Naylor over at first with one away. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Inside, almost got him. One out. Runners at first and second. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Backed off the plate that time. And that'll load the bases.
Up next for Cleveland, shortstop Gabriel Arias.
Swings through that one for strike 1. Right through there for a strike. Bases loaded. One away. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Huge strikeout there.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with the high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Jack Dreyer won't go any further. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Tanner Scott.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
So digging in, Angel Martinez. And that is out of play. Swings through that one.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. Guardians 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the 7th, Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Cleveland has some action going in their pen. Colby Allard preparing to come on if needed. Festa warming up as well. That one fouled hard the other way. Here's a 1-2. And that skips in the dirt. Out to short. In plenty of time to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman, Matt Muncy.
Ball.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 2. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
The Guardians up by 2 here at the bottom of the 7th. And that's outside. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Too low, and it's ball 3. Struck him out swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Tanner Bybee out of the game. Really solid performance out of him as he leaves with a slim lead. We'll take a break. New arm when we get back.
Now pitching for
So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Colby Allard. Here's Teoscar Hernandez, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Just missed. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back. Out of here. That one felt good. And just like that, they're within a run. Here comes the crowd. They're feeling it right now.
There was a cutter away. Kind of works like a slider. You've got to stay on it, let it travel a little bit, and then get your arms extended. Really good piece of hitting right there.
That one fouled off. And a base hit up the middle. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Alex Freeland. This one in the air, right field. And that's a fair ball. And they hold the tying run at third. They're up the stop sign even with 2 away.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Chance now to even this game if they can put a ball in play, maybe an error, maybe a hit.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Colby Allard will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
New arm out of the bullpen,
number
Matt
52,
Festa.
Matt Festa.
Pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0. Top of the zone for a called strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
2 on, 2 outs. And the count 1-2. That's a ball, went with the sweeper. Line drive, and that's a base hit out of the left center field. The tying run is in to score from third. Tag out. They cut down the go-ahead run at third. And that'll keep more runs from coming in, inning over. But they score twice and even it up late. We look ahead to inning number 8. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here in L.A., we go to the 8th. Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. Off the mark there, and that's ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. Shohei Ohtani appears to be getting loose. Diaz also getting ready. The lefty, the 1-0.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Just off the
That's
inside
inside.
edge.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
That's a strike. And now 3-1.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
And fouled off.
As a hitter, you don't know what to expect here in the 3-2. If he'll throw a breaking ball 3-1, he'll do it again 3-2.
And there's ball
That's
4.
4. Take your base.
And the go-ahead run is on base.
Up next for Cleveland, right fielder Daniel Schneemann.
This one ripped, but foul to the right. The Guardians with the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top of the 8th. Yeah, that's fouled off. Close, but
that's
called
a
a
ball.
ball. Ball 1.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
The 1-2. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, I think he was waiting on the changeup right there, and he got it. It just drifted too far in on him. I think that pitch is just a little more out over the plate. Probably squares it up, but instead, he's going to have to go take a seat.
Go ahead run on base. Here's Jose Ramirez. Right through there for a strike. Step off throw to first.
Hey!
Quan dives back in safely.
Nope. Ball 1.
Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So that removes their last challenge. Missed with a changeup. 2-1. That one ripped, but foul. Two on the way. And that one missing low.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
1 away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for Cleveland, the designated hitter Kyle.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Tanner Scott won't go any further tonight. And it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the
To
Dodgers,
the mound now, they turn to Blake
49,
Trinan.
Blake Trinan.
And that's in there for strike 1. Quick move to first. Quan back in on a dive. 2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just going to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Here's the 0-2. Jackknifes out of the way. Swings and misses, struck him out. Guardians lead 1. Score remains tied at 3. On to the bottom of the 8th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Kyle Tucker. Movement in the pen for the Guardians. Tim Herron, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. And that's in there at the knees. Struck him out looking.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Fastball for a strike. 0-1. All tied up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fouled off down the right side. Up and in, look out.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Got him swinging for the K.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Just missed. Two down, nobody on. Right side. And that's just foul. Handles, throws to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. It's the 9th, and we are tied. Back here at Dodger Stadium. So in now for Cleveland, Rhys Hoskins.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Now the 0-1. And the sweeper is off the plate. Hit on the ground to short. Betts up with it. Throws to first in time, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Up next for Cleveland, catcher Bo Naylor.
Oh, one.
The 1-0. And
That's
another
a
ball.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
Fought off foul.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
The 2-1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Up next for Cleveland, second baseman Ryan Rocchio.
Now it's the second baseman, Ryan Rocchio. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that's going to get into the corner. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone. Oh, the throw is wild.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. And a huge opportunity now to grab the lead at this point in the game.
Swing and a foul out of play. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
And he couldn't hold back. He's run up on strikes.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Now pitching for
Back
Cleveland,
now as they hand the ball to a
29,
fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Tim Herron. Will Smith to the plate. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Way inside.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
The 3-1. And it's
That's
ball
low.
4. He missed
Ball
down
4.
low.
Take your base.
And now the winning run is on base.
For the Dodgers, third baseman, Matt Muncy.
In the dirt, blocked. No advance. Good job behind the dish. This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him. On the ground, right side, down the line, and it's foul. In the dirt, but kept close. To second.
No, he's safe.
Huge wild pitch there. Winning run is in scoring position.
Really good read by the runner there. His secondary lead, he anticipates the trajectory going down and gets a really nice jump up to second base. Now he's in scoring position. He's taken away the double play opportunity.
Outside with a breaking ball.
That's a really good take.
The winning run on second base. And he dodges that fastball. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
Up next, for the Dodgers, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. He's already homered here in this one. Man at second. That's outside. And it's a ball and a strike. Gets him to chase after that one. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
That right there is one of those breaking balls that you swing through and you feel like you should have done something with it or at least spoiled it away. But when it's breaking in on you like that, if the spin is tight enough, it can actually tie you up.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Tim Herron is done, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
Sean
Cleveland,
Armstrong
number 43,
into the game.
Sean Armstrong.
Right through there for a strike. Winning run stands at second. Tap foul at the plate. That one misses. And the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's the third out, and we'll play extra innings in this one. One left for LA, so no change in the score. It's 3-3. Back here at Chavez Ravine. On to extra innings. Angel Martinez getting ready to hit. Trying to move him over here. Throw on to Freeman. And here in the 10th, the leadoff man is out.
Up next for Cleveland, center fielder Stephen Kwan.
Late swing, foul to the left. One out. The go-ahead run is at second here in extra innings. And that one in the air center field. Pajes gets under it. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for Cleveland, right fielder Daniel Schneemann.
Go ahead run on base. Daniel Schneemann digs in now. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. Movement in the bullpen. Shohei Ohtani looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Klein also throwing. Man on second, 2 down. And that's way high. And 1-1. Fought off foul.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Man at second. Oh, that plunked him.
That got him.
And
Thank
that's
you,
now twice he's been hitting this one.
For Cleveland, third baseman Jose Ramirez.
Ball
No,
one, no
that's a
strikes. The Guardians with the go-ahead run standing at second here in the top half of the 10th. Just missed. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So they're now out of challenges. Inside.
No, that's a ball.
And that's ball 3.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
The pitch is upstairs, ball 4, and they're loaded.
Up next for Cleveland, the designated hitter Kyle Manzardo.
Kyle Manzardo digs in for the Guardians. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Late on that fastball.
It's a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
The 0-2. Oh, he hit him, and that brings home a run.
Take it back.
Up next for Cleveland, first baseman Reese Hoskins.
Fastball for a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
The 0-1. Laser base hit. 1 runs in. Another comes in to score, and they take a 3-run lead.
Oh, that's a big at bat coming through in the clutch to drive in a pair. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Edwin Diaz won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
Bo Naylor at the plate now.
No, that's low.
There's a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Oh.
This one in the air, center field. And that'll do it. Last chance to even things up. We head to the bottom of inning number 10. It's the Guardians 6 and the Dodgers 3. Back here in L.A. on to the bottom of the 10th. Alex Freeland now at the plate.
Right through there for a strike.
Ripped on the ground to second. Fires over to Hoskins. And they get the leadoff man in the 10th.
Up next for the Dodgers, designated hitter, Miguel Rojas.
In there for strike one.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in his zone.
And a base hit on the line. The run scores from third. It's an RBI single, and they cut the lead to 2.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
One gone runner at first. And now Kyle Tucker.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Here comes the 0-1. In the air, right field. Schneemann under this one. He's got it.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop Mookie Betts.
Foul ball there. The tying run at the plate.
Oh.
And that one is downstairs. And the count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. The Dodgers down to their final strike.
That's the ball.
And now 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Tying run at the plate. That's hanging in there. He's a tough at bat. Right side, hard hit. Tosses to first, and this game is over.
Well, this is a big win on the road and going extras into 10. So hard to pull those out, but I think this team did a great job of keeping the crowd out of the ball game late. When you can do that, it kind of calms everything down, keeps the adrenaline of the opposing team down a bit.